Hey guys, what's happening? Thanks for tuning in and coming back. And I've got a little bit different sort of video I'm doing today. For a long time, I've been wanting to sort of record myself in the field, kind of vlog or video log style videos where I'm out shooting some stuff and then I come back and, while I'm out there, maybe talk about the shot and then show you the shot and maybe show a little bit of editing as well. So I did some of that this past weekend. Got a couple of shots I like. I thought I would talk about it and share some of the vlog style stuff that I captured in the field and then also some editing. So that's kind of what I'm doing. I don't know if it's really a vlog, but it's kind of a vlog. Anyway, it's kind of fun for me. I'm enjoying the video thing, and it sort of causes me to sort of think differently and creatively about things. And I want to be able to expand what I do creatively. And this is something that I've actually had a number of my viewers here, and thank you for that, ask me, hey, you ever take videos of yourself out on the field? And the truth is I haven't until now. So I'm going to start mixing some of that in and then share some editing as well. So it's not your traditional Gym Next style tutorial video. It's sort of a combination of things. And so I got some stuff from a graffiti wall here in Austin. I got some Blue Hour stuff from downtown. And then I got a few shots at the end. I didn't do video, but at the end of the night, I was with a buddy of mine and we went to a bar, and I'll show you a few shots I took there. It's kind of some creative stuff I did with my lens baby. So I hope you like it. Thanks for watching, and have a good one. All right, I'm at the Graffiti Wall here in Austin. It's a pretty cool spot. It's like an old development that turned into a massive wall of graffiti. So I'm gonna get over here, see if I can get a few photos before the day's over. And here we go. So here we are. You can see there's the wall behind me. Sadly, the sun's pretty much in the worst possible place. But I'm going to get a few shots anyway. See if we can make something out of this. Okay, so here's a shot from the graffiti wall. I love this kind of stuff, to be honest. I mean, I just get fired up. And so I love the graffiti wall in Austin, and every time I go, it's different, really. And so I'm always finding new and interesting things to shoot. So let me show you what I did here. Keep in mind, this is graffiti, so you get some really cool stuff like this gentleman's face here, but in the bottom is people just buying spray paint cans and just making a mess. So regardless, it's still a lot of fun. So I started with the Accent AI, and I just bumped it up a bit just to give it some oomph and just to brighten it. And then I went into tone, added some contrast, took down smart tone and highlights a little bit, simply to balance out some of the light. So I think already I was able to make quite an impact on the photo from that to that. And as you could tell in the video, the sun was actually right behind this, and it was really bright. And so that was one of the reasons I used tone. I wanted to, for lack of a better word, tone it down. It was just too much going on. Then I get into saturation and vibrance. And as you can see, I actually took that down a little bit, the saturation that is. It was getting really crazy saturated, which I love, but still, I wanted to sort of be a little bit, in control of it. And then I came in with brilliance and warmth. And as you can see, that vividness slider in the brilliance and warmth filter works great to actually bring back some of that saturation. So I took it down some with saturation and vibrance. The saturation, I increased the vibrance, but then with brilliance and warmth, I kind of bumped it back up. It's just sort of a play that I do between these sliders, just simply to try to get a little bit of better control over the color. I want it to be bright and vibrant. I mean, it's a graffiti wall. Generally, these things are in color, usually bright colors, and I want it to be bright. I just don't want it to be like, oh my God, bright. So then I came in with a vignette, and that was simply just to tighten up the focal point, simply because the whole thing was wide open, and I wanted to tighten it up and just get you to really focus in on that face back there, a little guy holding the other guy's face. I don't know what you call it. And then after I'd done all that, I went in and added structure, and that was simply because it's a graffiti wall, and so I expect it to be a little bit gritty and grungy, and while the structure filter doesn't add a lot of that, and I didn't go very high, you could definitely crank up the detail a little bit like I'm doing here. Even at 50, which is a lot of structure, to me that doesn't look too bad. I mean, it's saturated and kind of gritty, but hey, it's a graffiti wall. So that's how I would handle this photo, and I can show you the before. You can see the lights kind of coming into the frame a little too bright on the top half of the photo. And now I think that looks a lot better. And here's the slider before and after, just to give you a view of that. And that's it. Quick edit there. Hope you like it. Thanks. Hey guys, I'm downtown now. I'm shooting the Skyline here in Austin. I'm trying to give you a little bit of a view of it. It's a pretty awesome skyline. And I'm a fan, especially at blue hour, which I'm waiting on. We got sunset and probably, well, the sun's way over there, so the view of sunset from here is terrible. But we got blue hour coming up in a little bit, and I'm gonna see if I can get some cool stuff out of it. The nice thing about this is that we have this beautiful river that runs right through the middle of town, and so as you can see here, let me show you again. Hang on, there we go. It's right in front of the skyline, and so anytime you're traveling and you get a chance to get a skyline view like that with these great reflections, take it. Get in there and shoot, because it's cool stuff. All right, so here's one of my long exposures. This one's like 45 seconds or a minute. I don't recall exactly. But it's a Skyline, a blue hour, quite obviously. So I brought it in, and now I edited the raw file. This is a JPEG I'm using for the video, so it's just the develop filter instead of raw develop. But basically, I cooled off the temperature a slight bit, added a little bit of contrast and took down the highlights, added a little bit of clarity. Just an initial adjustment, which is normally what I do in the develop filter, just to give it a little kind of oomph. Then I added the tone filter, and all I did really is just lift Smart Tone a tiny bit. Actually, almost barely even used it. And then I got over here to color temp, and here's where I cooled it off a little bit, added a little bit of tint. I typically, for my blue hour shots, take the temperature to the left to make it a little bit bluer, and take the tint to the right to make it a little bit pinker. I just like the look. There's no scientific reason why I do that. It's just an artistic preference, for lack of a better word. So something I often do, but if you look at it, I mean, you know, so there's the before, kind of more yellowish, and the after now, a bit bluish. The pink is very light. But then I added cross-processing, and now I chose the Seattle option for this one, which actually does have a bit more pink in it, which is one of the reasons on the tint slider for the previous filter I didn't go too high. Anyway, cross-processing, added Seattle, and that gives it a nice kind of rosy kind of pink color, which I think goes great with blue hour, and even goes great with sunsets if you want to get sort of that color to be more prominent. Saturation and vibrance, this is just sort of a gentle push on both of them to the right. And then polarizing filter also, just to, that sky's a little too bright because of long exposure. And as you can see, some of the lights, like in the building here, this is the Frostbank Tower, it's just kind of blown out. I probably should have done a shorter exposure, but I like the water so much. I even got a boat going by. That's what this light streak is. These two, there's green and kind of a white one. But anyway, the top of that building and this one here are a little bit blown out, but that's okay. A polarizing filter has helped with the sky, which is what I wanted. Next, I added split color warmth. Again, just a little bit of boost in kind of color, if you will. And then here I added the adjustable gradient, and if you look, I just did the bottom, and all I did is really brighten it, but I did change the orientation. As you can see here, I tilted it just because I don't want to brighten any of these lights that are coming down into the water. I think they look good. I just wanted to brighten this this plant or bush that's on the shoreline next to me and brighten a little bit of the foreground so you can make out that rock a little bit better, because to me I kind of wanted to anchor the scene with a little bit of foreground, and that's what the adjustable gradient did. It helped me brighten that a little bit. So let me show you the before. There it is, kind of greenish yellow, not my color choices for a blue hour photo. I'm a lot more blue and pink for a blue hour photo, and kind of the orangey, right? I just think that looks a lot better. And here's the before and after slider. You can see, I mean, basically is mostly color shifting that I did. One other thing I did is I added a new layer, and I erased a couple of those little spots, and there's a little plant leaf down here in the foreground. I got rid of those with the eraser. That's all I did on this photo, folks. Thanks for watching. All right, guys, so I had some great blue hour business. The shots were just gorgeous. I was doing up to 6-minute exposures, just crazy long stuff with my 10-stop. Love skylines, all that stuff's fun. So we're walking up into town, we're wrapping it up, and then we got on the bridge and it was like, oh my God, look at that. I mean, let me just, it's just a wait, hang on, I gotta get the camera just right. There we go. Anyway, it's a gorgeous scene, fire and brackets here, just doing some handheld stuff, but I just get all fired up seeing these kind of scenes, and my friend I'm with was like, I gotta stop, so I had to stop too. Anyway, got some great photos tonight. Appreciate you watching. Hope you're having a great time wherever you are. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time, and adios.